when Molly first started coming around, you know.
Mm.
So, people just would drop, just,
Mm.
and I walk upstairs and I hear, you have the bouncer ears, and I always had the ability, even if a room was shoulder to shoulder, I was always a foot above.
Mm.
I could always see shit. I was just like, oh, there it is. So I go over there and I see this white jacket. And I see kind of a bigger guy, and I just see his hand go back and just crunch somebody right in the face. And I turn around. He sees me coming out of the corner eye. He turns around. And he looks at me with that fucking smile. And I said, "God damn, Mark." I said, "You got to go, man." He goes, "Oh, Kev." I said, "Oh, man, you got to go." And he had on a Z Cavarucci. I
I
don't know if
remember
you
Cavarici. I
remember.
had a
Yeah, he had that
pair or two
fucking
myself.
with the white fucking little waist high jacket and the fucking pants with the boots. I mean, he was yeah.
He was in some goddamn shape, wasn't he?
He was
I think he looks pretty good today too, doesn't he?
yeah. He's had these. You know what? He's always had great genetics. Uh, and he's always even when he was you know having his issues. He could always. But he was like Scott Hall. He was like Scott, man. Scott would go into the gym. Scott would grab when he would be on the road. He wouldn't go to the gym, and he'd go in the back and grab some surgical tube and do like 12 curls, and it looked like he put on 25 pounds. He'd go to the ring. He'd be like, "Fuck, man."
So it's fair to say then that some people's bodies just naturally respond to the stimuli of workout
Yeah, I mean,
better than others.
that's the whole thing. It's just like you cannot outtrain bad genetics. You can definitely improve. You can improve how your body's going to look. But I mean, there's just some people that are just not genetically gifted.
Right.
If you're an endomorph, which means you're kind of pear shaped and going to
What's
hold
that word? That's like Borg Genesis. What did you just say? And
endomorph.
okay.
An ectomorph is uh, somebody that's very thin, very skeletal. Usually has like a protruding rib cage, and then you have a mesomorph, which is like Luger, Bagwell, Steiners. They have the tendency to put on muscle easily.
The
Lower,
endomorph and the mesomorph.
yeah, endo is I'm an endo, and you can be both. Like I'm an endo meso.
I'm a mezzo soprano. I have a hard
I'm
time with
actually
some of
I'm
the
no I'm
higher
sorry, I'm
notes.
an ectomeso
Hmm.
because I'm tall. So like when I was in high school, I was thin, but I always had big delts.
Hmm.
Like
I think
for proportionally for my size. Like
right.
when I was 217. It's fucking almost 6'11" my senior year. I mean that's like that Wemby. I was built like that kid that plays for the Spurs.
I think you're just bitter.
Yeah,
At
because
I heard you were
people
bitter.
that know me know that one thing I am is one of the most bitter human beings.
Right, but they don't know who you are.
No, you don't know who I am, but you would assume that you know because if there's one thing I can say about my life is when I was 14 years old and kind of looked out from my window that I couldn't even get out of if there was a fire in my bedroom in Detroit. Um, I absolutely saw, the vision of being a two-time Hall of Fame wrestler, playing Division I college basketball, of seeing the world, and